There we go. I also found it funny. I unlocked all of these modes. Bear in mind, I have not even played the game yet. So, this is just like a special edition thing or whatever? Or just did you release this by default? Speedrun, randomizer, boss revenge, classic mode. We can play as Zangetsu. Special mode intended for players already familiar with the story. Or Aurora. Special mode. Okay. Gonna play with Miriam. Name. Pangela Bosco. Thought about having me play Tech War?
Ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass. But not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen
Pangela Bosco enters Golem lore.
A horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence.
I can barely hear you.
Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so, threw the gates of the world open to demonkind. Countless innocents died. And though the church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected.
He's being swallowed for the music.
As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, two survived.
Battle Realms again? Is there another version though? Of Battle Realms in that case?
A girl who spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin.
Sound mixing
10
here.
years have passed. Mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Jebel is the architect of this new...
Johannes, are you certain it was...
It was Jebel's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him.
I know. I know how you feel. But the facts are
It's
apparent.
Castlevania, okay?
And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to, there's no forgiving it.
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Gable, not Jeeble.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes.
Gibble.
We need to focus on the task ahead. If Jebel is responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
But I'm the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced, arcane. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it stopped. Jesus. That was a bad vibe, but at least we can skip it. Hey VB, how you doing? And Doomsday, you say you'll donate the points to the chat? So, We will do that. I think it's just fair then, since Doomsday already donated the points to chat. We should have a polls soon for that. Hold on. All right. Now it's a bit louder again. Yeah. Whew. So this is what, now we're going to experience what people said they liked and didn't like about this game. Which is the whole idea about the, hey, this game is 2.5D or 3D into the environment. I'm okay here. Just gonna get myself small. I could actually get the green screen. No, that's not it. Boring. I don't want it. Where do you guys go? Where you are guys not annoying in the game? Up here, for now. We didn't like the 3D, especially seeing Miriam in Blasphemous. Oh yeah, that would be cool, yeah. That was really cool to see. I like this is just our view now. You can just keep it at her legs.
Good. You're prepared.
I don't even care.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, but 2.5D games are different. This would be classified as a 3D textures in the 2D game, right? Because 2.5D is actually moving across the 2D. Oh, a shard.
Was that a shard?
2.5D games are games that actually go across more than a 2D
How did I
plane.
get inside?
So this is just 3D models and textures in a 2D game environment. Yeah, Doom would be that, yeah. It's like simulated 2D into 3D. Dead Cells? Well, most of Dead Cells is... I guess some of the... Well, it's weird. Dead Cells is different, isn't it? Because it's kind of like more 2D in general. It's just like how the models look. Sometimes a little bit 3D, I guess. Yeah, that's a bit weird. What do you classify Dead Cells graphic style as? Because I wouldn't necessarily say 3D, you know? The game just screams good sprite work, 2D. Because I would say that... Well, I don't know, actually. Yeah, interesting question. It's pixelated to look 2D. Okay.
This device responds to magic. Maybe I just need to hold my hand up to it.
La 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 la. Beep. Beep. Bum. Hand. Woo, 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 woo. Oh. Okay. Screen shake. Control vibration only. Reduce input lag? Maybe reduce the game's frame rate. Huh. He's down on. Oh, let's see what game gets the... Who wins? Mirror's Edge again? People really... I'm surprised to see Mirror's Edge get so many votes. That is interesting. I felt like Mirror's Edge was just like a forgotten relic at this time. But there we go. Mirror's Edge gets 5 votes. That's 10. Puts it up there by number 2. I did not expect Mirror's Edge to be doing well in a voting gambit. Cool. You won again! You did! So I guess there is no... You can't take off the Screen check. Hopefully it's not that bad then. Music's still kind of low compared to the sound effects. I want to listen to the music. It's better. We'll do a vote later today with the other remaining 5 points of the community poll. And also if we get more. It's a slightly pretty game. It's interesting style. But it's like... whenever you do more 3D... you tend to like this guy, for example. It's less... it's hard to see what exactly the enemy is doing. Like, where am I safe? Where can I stand? It's all a bit like I'm moving around in different spaces, and you don't exactly know where I could hit you. That's a pretty nice working game for so far. Okay, I guess... or can I also do that to go faster? That's like a really awkward way to go faster, but it could work, I guess. Mouse. Silly gift. Save. Pangolo Bosco. Thank you for the 3 silly gifties, Mouse. To Koshwiz, Kaznod, and Retro World Order. Where would you like your votes? Ooh. Silly gifty. Ooh, silly gifty. What was that? I knew I got a technique. I got a Chun-Li technique. Do it! How did I do that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, I need power, okay. 1, 2, 3. Candles drop a mana rose when destroyed. Mana rose is a magical rose that slightly replenishes MP. Going to go with 2 in black and white, 1 Mirror's Edge. Oh, look at that. Cementing that black and white lead. And Mirror's Edge is 2nd place. Tomorrow's looking secure with black and white at least. On those trays. Manuel. No, see. 40. 1, 2, 3. No. That's a classic joke. That's a good episode 1 joke. A gun. Musketoon. Used by pirates. We don't use that. Did it change? No? Yes, it did. Wait. No, it didn't. Aww. I thought that we maybe would change because this game is already kind of focused on... I mean, look at it. We can go up and down this list. We're gonna keep looking at our legs for no reason. I mean, this game feels pretty cool so far. I love this is a very traditional Metrovania vibe with a modern touch. Cannon Mort got a new demon. Why would you do that? Aim with and press to activate. Flame cannon. Beep. Bubble. How do I use these? Cerulean Splash. Manipulative ones don't have any. Launch a bouncing ball of water. Okay, why? Okay. Use the flame cannon to light the cannon's fuse. I can't. Funny thing about black and white, chat. I'll tell you a little story about Golem. So, back when black and white was new. Is the game backseating? Yes, it is. Back when black and white was new, and around this time, a little earlier than that, Mini Golem discovered a thing called what? Can you get computer games also? Not just Nintendo and Super Nintendo games for free? So I discovered those funny peer-to-peer, those file-sharing software applications, let's call them that. I also tried to find black and white on there, because I didn't own the game myself. iMesh, oh wow, that was a good one. But the thing is, here's the catch, chat. Here's the catch. I searched for black and white. Now, just with your imagination, an open search. Yeah, for black and white. Oh dear. Oh, yep. I was a little too young. I knew what it was, but I definitely weren't prepared for that. Oh. 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 But I eventually found the game as well. But I kind of like, it sucks that the game is like called that. That was weird. I also like the bone pillars here. That was very cute to see the bone pillars. I didn't mention that, but I'm mentioning it now. So, chat, let's talk about this game. I knew that this game was kickstarted, right? So this game was kickstarted. So who is some of the original Castlevania dudes, developers, in on this one? They have to be, right? That was kind of the reason why I got kickstarted as well, because they had to trust. I played Symphony Night first. Well, I played a lot of other Castlevania games first. Only Iga. And the composer. Okay. Should have tried searching for the film XXX. Yeah. That's gonna be a hard film to find. People are desperately trying to find XXX. Like, XXX movie, including Vin Diesel. And they still get like, oh god, no! Not impersonators. God. Koji Igarashi carried all the clout. Who is Koji? Oh, Iga, of course. So Ego was just like, game is Ego clarified, so you know you can get it. It's good. I have said game is great. Also, I missed a room up there, it seems. You have the physical release of Black and White? Is it Abandonware? I've to this date gotten all other games that I've tried to get working. There are some Windows 3 games, 3.1 games that are tough to get working. You suck. I don't really have the best ability to play those games yet. Rullahammer. One thing that's a bit more off in this game, as I mentioned earlier, is like the... it's hard to see exactly where you should stand when an enemy hits you. That's what's nice about the DS-Vanias. It's like super easy to see where your attack is going and where they're going to hit you. Ordering follower stuff? 1 year, 5 months. 1 year. Oh, now, oh, Stream Elements is joining in? Oh, come on, Stream Elements. We're spamming the chat, Stream Elements. I gotta turn that one off, because now Stream Elements is just joining in. I had it on for like the sponsored segment with the Star Trek, but now I can pause it, because I got my other Mixed-Up bot to do everything. Mute bot. There it is. The more the merrier. 1 year, 8, 2 years, 4 months, really. Hey, Marto. Hello, cutie. You hopped in on the Kickstarter for this game, Hori? Desperate for some Castlevania content. If you like the DS ones, there's a proper run through. Yeah, that is my intent as well. But now we kickstarted it because of Silly September, which I'm not against. Do we make a shortcut? Nice. Yes! She kicked my face and we found a wall, Chad. Minisk has watched 2,352 hours. Stalker. No. That's a lot. What's my watch time? Marto 2400. Jesus Christ. Ha! I win. $2,700. Jesus Christ! Oh! That's a good grind, though. We already have this guy, so. Fudekin, did you beat me again? I don't understand how you can beat me. I don't understand that. It just doesn't make sense. But you are. I don't even watch my own stream as much as you do. I am monitoring my own stream. I don't get it. 28. There's a lot of you. Thank you so much for all the watch time, chat. I really, really appreciate it. That I can be watched so many hours without you getting sick and tired of how much I rage at good games is impressive. Sometimes I despise myself. Like, why am I so angry at a game that I actually enjoy? Sometimes it's a conundrum to me. Boss store? Ooh. Of course, too cool for school. Pangalabosco! This is very neat so far. I think skipping the story is fair, right, Chad? We'll do some boss and a story like that, but it seems like the story is... And that's not what we're here about. Yeah, a good game will make me equally frustrated as happy. Yeah, I love to. I'm passionate, that's what I say.
So, Sleeping Beauty,
Just like
you've decided to awaken.
Layton yesterday. I loved playing Layton yesterday. Even though I get sweaty by my anger and upset sometimes, but I loved it. Exactly, if I don't enjoy it, I'll just like, fuck it. Exactly.
Tell me you didn't do this.
Gebel!
It doesn't make any sense.
How does it not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us?
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies. What I intend to do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel. What it's like to no longer be human.
What? I never thought I'd hear those words from you.
Sounds like a plan, yeah.
I was the one
Let's
that
join up.
came to you broken. Convinced I was a monster. And you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad.
You told me our power doesn't
Our
make us good or bad.
choices do.
Oh, yes.
I'd given up on
Classic.
my humanity, but you restored my hope. Don't you remember?
Master Jeeble, we must return.
Grammary.
Yes. Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell. If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen. Come, Gregory. We're leaving.
Jeeble, wait!
Tentacle! Look at this cutscene. Oh, big Medusa. It's Medusa Siren. Oh, look at small me. Hello! Woohoo! Ow. Got it. Borba. How do you know how to dodge those? It seems so weird. That makes sense. The tails for the tentacle attacks is really weird. Hey Jester, how you doing? So come. Oh, I can kill the tentacles as well? Okay. Again, the issue of the 3D is like, where is safe? I get dodge a tentacle there by chance. Oh yeah, Scylla and Charybdis. Yeah, they kind of, well... No, because Charybdis is just torrents, isn't it? It's just a hole in the water. I guess it could make sense, yeah. I got this guy's soul. No, I got a level up, okay. Okay, it does weird shit first and then it eventually spins. Oh god. You know, I like this, but this is definitely fucky. I wish it was, in a way, I wish it was just DS-vania a little bit more. Or Symphony of the Night inspired. Because these are, all these tells for these attacks are all over the place. There you go. He loves getting stabbed. Thrashing tentacle. Attacks foes with one of Vapor's tentacles.
I saw it. Just a flicker.
That was Gibble.
Gibble, Gibble. On the wall. Who is the gibblest of them all?
Okay.
Bloodstained. Yeah! Bloodstained!
Hey, Marcans. Welcome back. You know what? I'm gonna skip the story. I've made a decision. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna watch the cutscenes and the boss intros, but I'm not into this. This feels a little bit... And I don't think that's the main focus anyway. Yeah, it's just there. And that's totally fine as well, because that's usually... There is story in the Castlevania ones, but it's just there. And it's goofy and cheesy. That's what it should be. So when it's goofy and cheesy, just let it be short and sweet. Just like Hammer. Hammer is the perfect, like, goofy and cheesy, right? Hey, what's going on? You want to buy some shit? I'm gonna put up some shop in here for some reason, you know? Okay. Hey, Dave. can't turn around fast enough, it seems. It's just a minor increase of speed, isn't it? Maybe even this is just faster. Barely, though. Arvant vill. Also, did the thing. No passive, no familiar. Thrashing tentacle. Grandpa! He's like, no, 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 no. Hey, fuck that. Yeah, the thing is, I tried to take off like screen shakes, but there was no way to do it. So same with the boat thing. Look at, she's just portrayed as like, ooh, lady, isn't she? They know what they're doing. Look at these poses she's striking.
I'm sorry we couldn't get...
Dominique. My grandpa wasn't a giant thrashing tentacle, so way better. Grandpa! I'm not moving here.
I did some looking around before.
Bye. Sauntering away a little bit. Key door.
Here she is. What are
You
we
mean
translating
crafting?
this time?
Crafting. Fucking crafting, chat. A pirate's heart.
I'll go with this.
Yar mighty.
I'll go with this. I'll go with this.
Heck yeah, crafting. I'll refer to what the Maximilian dude says. Oh, heck yeah, tools in the ground. I think that from now on, I remember watching Max, it was a while ago now, half a year ago, watching another game event, and like, every game has crafting, so he just said, okay, from now on, every time we have a new game with tools in the ground, it's 50 gift subs. And the next game, like, yep, 50 gift subs. I got 4 bronze left. Common 2 hand greatsword. Dull blade. Oh, the dull blades. I love the dull blade in the DS. Let's see if we can like it here too. Pirate hat yar. I'll go with this. Prepare. Oh, I can prepare food. Macaroni. Gratin. Fish gratin. Flan. Pizza covered in toppings and an irresistible layer of cheese. Flan. Manju. Pie, lemon cream pie, sponge cake. Oh, chat's getting hungry now. Scrambled eggs, Rommel omelette. That's hard to do, by the way. Having a rolled omelette, and making it smooth. It's like the perfect heat. You kind of have to make it into I saw Jacques Pepin do it. You just don't roll it up like that. Was it? Wait. Come on, Jacques Pepin. Oh shit! Almost lost my controller. How does Jack do it? It was just so impressive. He did it so effortlessly. Jacques Pepin omelette. Classic. I don't know. Is this the one? It's made by a Russian dude.
A chef is, I probably would ask him to do an omelette. It is difficult to make. No, no,
Make it do the thing.
like the smaller thing.
No, he's making it scrambled.
Here
The fuck are you doing?
to invert.
No, this is a shitty omelet.
Omelette, but you can see fairly large curd. And
I don't care about that omelet. Okay, whatever. He did the cool thing with the omelet. He just like had the perfect heat to just like shake it around and just make it as smooth as fuck layer. He did it with Julia. A show with Julia, I think. It was just weird because like how does this guy make something that simple just look at so even simpler and amazing?
Once I've transmuted it.
It's weird to explain, okay? It's weird to explain. I don't even know what I'm explaining. It was cool. I got a hat on mine now. Hey, look. Yeah! I'm so glad I can scream. Yeah, Jack Papin's been doing it for 150 years.
Miriam, what are you looking to buy?
Waystone. I gotta buy the Waystones.
Is this right? Many thanks.
Oh, that's expensive. Poisons you and drains health over time. I almost bought poison. Shit.
Is this right? Thank you. Is this... Then we have a deal.
And we have a deal.
Is this... Many thanks. Is the... Many thanks. Is this... Thank you.
Is this thank you?
Oh,
Is this thank you? Or is this just fantasy? Wait. Yeah. My scarf looks different, okay. Hey, Gibbon. Sorry. Oh, no, quite alright. Hey, who are you?
you there. Where are the dead?
Those devils, Lindsay.
Well, I want you to...
All right.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Side quests. Avenge Lindsay's husband by killing the demons responsible. 5 morts.
Help my husband.
Cool. You know, that voice is gonna go off soon, isn't it, Chad? Capacity up? For what? Wait. Why can't we see the whole map, though? What? I can't zoom? Select room. I guess it's just the only one. Fine. No more of that. At least that's an option. You know? We could have been unlucky enough to that to not even be an option, Chad, so. But the music kind of took a backseat here.
My God, he was innocent.
Hey Gibbon. Blib vagrant story. Blib. Got the message. Target acquired. Hey, Spatter Cookie. But it was so much better with it. Can I spike this floor down? If I jump all the way from there. I will add your wish to Vagrant Story. We're cemented on the 3rd place now. Nice, nice. Thank you so much. Gibbon. Can I just like... I can. Cool. $8 coin. Huh? Is that a specific coin? Yes, it is. A valuable coin that can be found in circulation. It's a Mario coin! Wahoo! Oh wait, Charles Martinet stopped doing the job. It's now Wahoo! Wah! Who's gonna do? Do we know yet? We know that the first game, Super Mario Wonder, won't have Mario's voice, right? As Charles Martinet's voice. Do we know who's taking over yet? Or is it hidden? Christopher Walken. Wahoo! Hey! Oh my god! That's what I'm saying. Gonna continue down. I want to continue down. This seems extra. Did you just pick up cheese from a giant rat? Hey, wahoo, yippee. Yeah, they're probably not. They're gonna probably keep it safe. I mean, you'd think that that guy also that takes over Mario's voice, that's gotta be a daunting task. Oh, I'm gonna replace Charles Martinet? So, for years and years, the most beloved character at Nintendo and Mario, I'm replacing his voice? Could you not name me, please? Why? Well, death threats, 1. And just people hating me for no reason. Because that's how people work. William Shatner is a new Mario. Can we stop? There seems to be a princess stuck in this castle. I think Shatner would be a better Toad. David Attenborough. Oh, Zarf. Bibido! Scream Bubble! Thank you, Zarf. Scream Bubble! For the 10 gifted subs. Why is the music still gone? I guess it appeared in the other room there. Thank you so much, Zarf. I appreciate that. For 10 gifted subs. Svintas, Love Embas, Great Goodwin, Vertical Seafood Tacos, Alaskan Beard, Crafty Dinosaur, Only Kyo, Foxy, Scams, and Automatic Meat. Zarf, have you thought about what you're gonna put on the list? You can also spread out the votes if you want to. Skidin Babu! Like, I just took one take. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna change up the alerts. Oh wait, I did take one before that, I think. And it didn't work out. And the next take was just like me at the end, just giving Babu. I was like, you know, that sounds silly. I'll keep it. And lo and behold, that's just the thing now. Now we're screaming Scream Babu for the remaining future. Dune 2. Oh, cool. Dune 2. Because we couldn't get to see the Dune 2 movie because of delays. So why not just play Dune 2, the video game? Got it. That's now in 3rd place on lists. Ready to be played tomorrow? Potentially. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Also, I like the idea that everybody you guys have suggested as a new Mario is actually older than Charles Martinet. Like, that's the issue. The issue is Martinet is a little bit too old to be considered right now. We don't need anybody older to take over for Mario, okay? You said Shatner, John Cleese, Christopher Walken. All of them actually older than Charles. That fish took forever to die. Didn't they play It's a Beautiful Day? Huh? Wait, I can't go here yet because I need a shard to sink. This is nice music. I got bone toss. Like, that's directional. Oh yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito. David Attenborough is spry. Is David... No. David can't be 97. Is he? Holy shit. Nature keeps you healthy, chat. And also... sci-fi keeps you healthy, I guess. Go out and breathe those plant floras. What do they call them? Floral... What is it called? When you're out in nature, it's like some sort of plant thing. That's good for you. You breathe in the plurbus. Plantus plurbius. 97 years old. Holy moly. Pollen. No. But yes, maybe. He breathes in the Scream Babu. I love the idea that when I try to save time, I just backstep, backstep, backstep a lot. I just got an achievement under my face. They know about it from Symphony of Night, don't they? Entrance area. Wow, that's my favorite zone in the game. Entrance. I need to hear this music. How low do we have to take the sound effects to hear the music? 3? Oh, look at this hipster on the right. Edgelord hipster over there. Look at that guy. Oh, okay. I can reuse the... Nice. Look at this vampire guy. He's a cool dude. Look at that guy. We need a close-up on this guy. Now, this guy's the MVP. Hold on. This guy's the bomb. Look at this guy.
I got to be in the game. Ah!
It's like one of the Kickstarter backers, probably. Right? Patrons, yeah. Sabnock. Sabnock died quickly. We're gonna grind him a little bit. I have my cursor on the screen now. Dude. Hey, Nifty. Lion's Mane. Whoops. It's a bit weird. He's not dropping his shard, chat. That's not how you deal with that guy. Good music though. Really like it. So floaty. Hi. No! To find this save point. Ow. Leather chest guard. God! I need to get these timings down. Nope. I guess. That's a better way to deal with it. I love that they...
Hello.
You can see the pirate hat. There is a way to go under, you can see it on the map. The first game was Hob, yeah. For me, it was an almost entertaining action adventure exploring game, but it would have been more fun if I actually paid attention to the game, because I need to pay attention to the map. Streaming, that's a little bit tough, so I got lost way too much. But it was also a little bit unpolished. Felt like an indie game from almost 10 years ago, kind of. So I saved, which is nice. I kind of want to hunt the lion guy now, but... are we? A lot of treasures for being a good boy. It's Daddy Vampire guy. Alfred. That's true. All the voices are just off now. So you don't even hear the voice in the cutscene because I don't want to listen to yeah, yeah, you, yeah, you, yeah. That should have been separated. Cutscene volume and screaming when attacking. Oh, he's not dead. Shrieking volume, yeah. Again, the 3D, I don't like about the 3D. Just look at this, like... Don't they just animate to blend too much in the environment here? And it's like, not so easy to see exactly what the hitboxes are to hit. I just feel like that's the power of having nice sprites. You don't have, like, questionable hitboxes and movements. Like, I admire, and I think it's cool what they're doing. It looks well what they're doing, but as a gaming button-clicking thing, it just feels a bit off. I want Sabnock. You can see the name of him right under my face. Should I move my face just slightly up so you can see his name? I could go to the other screen though. We could go here as well. Maybe you guys can vote. We'll sit here for a bit and you guys can vote if you want to see big screen or this screen. Paul. Which screen? The smaller game? Clean? Big game overlay. That you understand what that means. I'm just glad I made this scene because I really wanted a new scene that had like smaller widescreen for the games that are widescreen but not necessarily needs to be pushed in your face. Also for some of the games that just... That's a weird enemy. That's just weird. Like, there's no place where my camera should fit. Just put it like this. Smaller, but at least it fits now. Okay, that guy can suck a dingus. Mocha weed. It's actually kind of a split vote. 7 for the smaller, for this scene, and then 9 for the bigger game thing. The smaller one gets an empty space on top that messes with my OCD. I would put a Bloodstained thing there. Like, I would do this. Like, if we keep this one, I haven't made it, but we'd do a... I'll do it for you, so you get the idea what's gonna happen here. I would do this, and I would do this. This... And okay, that was not a proper PNG. I love when that happens, when you download PNGs from the internet and it's like, sorry, you have to go to the website and log in and then you can get it. So it will at least be like this kind of a deal. Big game overlay 1 out. Alright, I'll go back. I'll push my face up a little bit down. So you can see the names of the enemies. Should be right under my face. So now you can like imagine that I am what the enemy is called. So when I kill a Sabnock, you can call me Sabnock for a little while. See? That's cute. Now I'm a toad.
Hey, Toad. What game do you like to play?
What do you mean, Toad?
The game is the Toad.
Summon Pluma Parma. Ooh, Parmesan cheese. Call forth a pig-like demon and set it upon foes. Pluma Varma. I love the inventory here, though. This is made pretty well. They did a good job on the inventory. It's super responsive. Very easy to find out stuff. They did a great job with the menu system. I'm happy to see that a lot of people actually voted for the other smaller screen, to be honest, because sometimes I worry.
Look at him! Boo!
Sometimes I worry that people hate watching the smaller screen. I knew, but come on! It's kind of blink past it. The logo thing came too late. You'd change after seeing that. So it would have ended 10 out of 10. Ah, it's fine. We got a pretty decent overlay right now. There's not much at the top going on, and there's not much at the bottom here going on, so it's not too bad. Who's this guy? Coach me fancy ride, milady. Could take us someplace most interesting. A rub, of course, of that obstacle standing square in your path, see? Shame you don't have a giant hand. And wild and crazy things one could do with a giant hand. Indeed, Mr. Vampire Zombie. The crazy things you can do with a giant hand. Blood Grinder Knight. Dude, that's a cool enemy design. It's fun. Sometimes I hear a lot of people say that they're just like, oh, I just don't care for fantasy. And they only want slightly realistic or sci-fi or cyberpunk that they're into, and they're just like so bored of like old medieval stuff. And I just like, for me, it is such a core of what I love in video games is to just have a fucking knight, just have a sword and a shield. I'm like, is there a dragon? I'm sold. It can be as cheesy as it wants. I'm just into that. Always been. So I'm always like surprised, like, what? You don't care for it? How'd you not care for that? That moon is sus.
How could you possibly fit so many people in the same room?
Mr.
This
Patty...
is absurd.
Patty Osh's. Jake. Wakabo is back. Armageddon. Slice and Dice. Mr. Patty. I hope you had a beautiful stream. That your Void Stranger was made fun. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. I like Bloodstained. I think it's a really cool idea, and it's working pretty well. The only things that I've been critiquing so far, well, I guess this is also worth critiquing, I guess.
Ooh! Hey! Oh! Ooh! Oh! Oh! Ooh! Yeah! Oh! Ooh!
But other than that, it's just like the only thing that I don't like is it's a bit more difficult to understand where the enemies are attacking and their hitboxes and how to get them. DS-Vanias and Game Boy Advance, you kind of like, it's a much better idea of what's actually going on. But it's pretty good.
Yeah! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh! Yeah!
Hey, Cut, good to see you again. Oh, Cut is amazing. Kind of starstruck right now. Oh my god. Oh, I'm starstruck. I see Patty. I can get those chests. And maybe get the save point because I'm kind of dying. Ooh, she screamed too much for my taste. Oh, I missed them. Great. Fantastic. Trest Bastards is next. Yep. I haven't played that game either. That looks pretty cool. It's good game o'clock. Nice. Glad to hear that. Thank you for the gift sub to Cut, Jake. I appreciate that. Also, that gives you a vote for the September list if you guys want to see anything else. Thank you so much, though, for the raid, Patty. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I think me and Patty, at this point, like, we almost stream every day. I mean, Patty has done it for a while, but now I'm just joining in like, I also stream every day now. He's like, why would you do that? I just lost the friends because of the streaming thing, so I figured maybe just at least do this. I got an armor upgrade. This is worse. Elf ears! Kawaii desu ne. Mudai no koro yoroshiku ne. That's real. Oh shit, did I just reel? Oh yeah, I didn't mean it. But yeah, it is. We can have horns here, but no, I like the pirate hat. Yes, for those who don't know, I have a silly September event going on, so every gift sub or every increase of your own tier 2 or tier 3 sub gets you votes on video games to play for the next day. I'm streaming, as I'm just mentioned, every day, the last of September. And the list is currently looking like something like this. For now. That's a boring song. We're in the lead with Black and White. We got Mirror's Edge on second and then Dune on third. This will be tomorrow's games list, but you can change it up by giving the gift of love, which is also called money. I'm speaking Bezel's language here. You just mention what you want to see, and I'll add it to the list. Alright, let's keep the game going. Dungeon Keeper plus? I'll add it to Dungeon Keeper. 6 votes then. Thank you, Jake. Hear ye, the color of money! Can we...
I'm going over there, Frank, and trying to get behind him. Cover me!
Cover me! Well, bye, I guess. Can I turn off the voice now, chat?
This is how I gift subs, right?
All your best friends are inside my internet box. And that's actually, to be fair, what I feel. At the moment, I'm starting to want to, like, expand further upon the internet box, friends, because right now I'm not really gaming with anybody. I would love to do so soon. Oh, we get a Street Fighter combo here. And as an anxious introvert, socially anxious or awkward, like sometimes, it's nice to know that you can just like peace and then just do like this and cut the stream, cut the game, go get some food and just go. You can just like, that's it. I'm home. I'm not out. And if I feel like this place sucks when I'm out with somebody, it's like, well, I can't just leave. I've only been here an hour. Thank you for the 333 cover me bits, Jester. Appreciate that. Huh? I has a horrible idea. Now, I would be lying if I wasn't instead I was intrigued. It sounds like a kung fu movie. I didn't apply it, of course. Is it the Iron Maiden under there still? Oh wait. Oh, that's the door. Do we have the key now? No, we don't. It's the other side. That's Mickey Mouse. Yeah. And now I'm imagining Mickey Mouse in like an old kung fu movie by the Shaw Brothers. It's my Penta style. You can't defeat it. Yeah, I can for sure. No, Pluto, go attack, eat his leg, Pluto. No. How do you know? My only weakness, dogs. Oh, we got him. He got rabies. He'll slowly die now. Oh, two can play that game. Can I play tennis with this guy? Oh, that would be awesome if you could. Mickey Mouse Kung Fu. Now, Disney's new Mickey Mouse Kung Fu. Are you bored of not having more? Are you tired of your, what is it called? Switch Fit. Ring Fit. Are you tired of your Ring Fit adventures? Do you need something else to spice up that physical atmosphere? Well, now we got Mickey Mouse Kung Fu. A new game on the Switch 2, released never because they didn't announce it yet. They're pretty damn late. This console is slowly dying. Wow, goodbye, I guess. So it's into the texture. What style would Mickey Mouse fight with? Something really ratty, something annoying. Something people would hate. Like super annoying style. Like a counter-only style. Not crab style, because that's kind of cool. This story, what is this? War Horse's Keys card. I have to get the hand for this one. Litigation style. Drunken Fists. No, that's too cool. But yeah, I've been like on the topic of what we discussed earlier about the whole thing about the box of web friends. I'm kind of probably going to soon look more into like just having more gaming events, probably not on stream, just to like explore like how is it to just play with people again. I have forgotten. Because the thing is, my local group of friends, we had some gaming groups, but everybody's kind of went on with a thing called like Farmily. Everybody's gotten like the families going, and their priorities have shifted. And also, some of my priorities, like, I already sit enough on my ass. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do more D&D because I'm just like, it's just, that's good. Children and families, yeah. Where am I going? Oh yeah, I arrived at the top there. I could go left here. I fell down here. Can I retrace my steps there, though? Maybe I could. Working to pay for a child's. Yes, a child. I like the plural S, the child's. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun game. And now I can say, like, for sure, after just playing Dawn of Sorrow on the DS, how true it is to the control scheme. That's lovely. And I just... Can I actually fall down there, though? Maybe I can, because I broke the floor on the other area. No? Maybe I need a spike. A downward spike attack. Nah! Nah! And now he died. Okay, cool. Okay, so I can't get up to this place. The level up thing is interesting. Just like a lot of shit happening on screen and then level. And left here is that Warhorse's key. Other there is the Iron Maiden. Claire Redfield. I'm playing as Amalila. Miriam. Oh, Amalila. So, I just had some words, some letters in my head, and I just tried. Amalila is not the character, it is Miriam. Why is that moon so weird? It's like it is actually in front of everything. Amelie is a good movie. It is. Amelie is a fantastically cool movie. Which I think I should watch again, because now that I'm a little bit older than my first time I watched it, I think I can understand more of it. The red moon rises once again. What, are you going to sing songs? Change some seasons? What do you want to do, Link? You want to play your little flute again? Oh, no, you want to sail your boat. That's what you want to do, Link. Sail a little boat of yours. True arrow. Lose an arrow in the designated direction. Designated? Designo. Yeah, go away, you dingies. Let's try the new one. The shards, that is True Arrow. And I still haven't found any cool ones. No, I haven't. Guy. I can't believe it. I missed the jump. At least I get the chests. Wow, just go into the wall? You didn't see, I guess, but... 3 hits now. Why did I fall? At least I got the things, but I didn't want that right now. We still getting it. Did you get the? We still didn't get Sabnok's shard, did we? No. Longsword. Lion mane, obsidian. Nope. Can we check how rare it is in the archives or something? Drop rate. Yes, you can. How cool is that? Oh, we can't see unless we have it. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. 3%. Oh. What's the guy called? Sabnok. Barbatos. That's his name. 4%. Fornius. Vapor. It's a boss. Sabnok is there. So we don't know yet. I love the information there, though. That's pretty cool. Fine, you live today. Can't believe I gotta go through here again. Probably the 3rd or 4th time now, just because I failed. Well, first time I decided to try that jump, I didn't hold the right direction. So I just fell through the entire floor. And now I failed the jump, but at least I got the chests. So that's one thing at least. You can't catch to these, no. You can't do a sneaky... You can actually do sneaky jump. Nah, that's not good enough. So it's such a very finicky way to try to move a little faster. I like how this guy is so strong. Takes forever to shoot. Okay. Make the jump. Make the jump. It's not like it's a hard jump at all. I just failed. But it is also a thing of the 3D though. Like, is the end of the jump... Where is the actual hit for like the collider to make me fall down, you know? It's kind of like isometric, so... What do I believe? It's a bit hard to find it. Like, with a Mega Man, you kind of know exactly where to jump at the end, but... Well, I guess it's a bit subtle with Mega Man, because you can have one pinky toe on the platform and you'll be safe. You know? It's a bit dark here now. Oh yeah, I have my door open as well. That doesn't help. That helps. I bring the light in. I guess that's another boss. Wait, 18? Oh, it's a 3-arrow thing. Ah. It's a 3-arrow thing. That's why it hits so much. So now I can teleport between them. But why is the map still like mini? And cut off at the end? I don't know. Yeah, not wearing any pants. Did you see that? I just have weirdly, what's this called? Only burgundy red, mahogany red legs. Accident from the summer heat some years ago. Stop right there. I know that you are the ghastly air about you, reek of Swordbinder. What am I to make of you? Oh, who is this dude? Executioner. I forgot. I have to put voice on to even hear his voice. Zongits. Oh, that's the character we can play as. He parried me. What an ass. When does he not parry? Oh, when he takes his hand forward, okay. Ow. Oh. It's the last potion we have. Okay. Oh, he guarded it. Wow, that's a cool move. He just stood there like, oh. He's unguarding me, yeah. A lot of health though on this guy. Ow. Did he hitbox me in the air there? I think he hitboxed me there. Interesting. So you can just instantly do that as well. Good to know. Whoops, he was crouching. Okay. Oh, come on! Hitting his hitbox there is... That's like a mechanic they didn't need to add in. why have that? There's nothing I can do. Why have a... That's a new mechanic they didn't have in the original games, but they added that. Okay. So I can go... Yeah, I can go into this guy. That's totally fine. But for some reason they added like a hitbox to a normal humanoid character on the boss. That is a extremely weird decision. I don't know why. Okay. I'm just hit by one there. Okay. Not a big fan of this boss, to be honest with you guys. And I was behind him. Excuse me? Hello? Yeah, this doesn't feel like a good boss fight at all. And not a very Castlevania boss fight, I feel. So you can turn around in the air with that one. I will get him though, but I didn't expect him to start to learn like timing movements, like quick NPC like that. When usually for Castlevania bosses you tend to have more bigger monsters where the patterns that you can see and you can start to dodge over, and this guy's it's very different. At least the hitbox is stupid, making the jumps even not really pay off at all. I think I'll switch to Soul there, because that's not... It takes way too long to cast that spell. 30. That's what costs a lot of mana. I mean, if we can get the Plume of Armor to go back and forward. I don't know if it can. No, it kind of just... Oh, it kind of tries. It takes a long to cast it. We just have to start to play slow. What? They countered me, but not really. Okay. Maybe I can do a little bit more damage. Let's attack 17, 13. But the Morgenstern will probably be... Actually, this is pretty fine. Yeah, that's kind of better in my opinion, actually. For this fight, at least. As long as I jump. The missing on that attack is a bit annoying. How? Oh, come on. So it's not just the hand, it's actually just him holding the sword afterwards. It also does the thing. Yeah. That is so Bobcus. Why do you have a hitbox in the air? Jesus, what a stupid fight. That was a dumb fight. That was a dumb fight. That was unfortunate. Not a very good Castlevania boss fight in my opinion. Oh, I'm not having it now. Like, it's an early boss, and it's like has specific a lot of these weird timings on it. It kind of starts about a big tell. The previous boss at least felt, even though it was a little bit weird to get, it felt more normal to me. And the hitbox. Why does he have a hitbox? No enemy has a hitbox. I mean, like a collision. I collide with him in the air when I try to jump. Why is that a thing? That shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, not a fan of that fight for sure. HP max up. This is actually pretty good. It's a very good canceling. Or Sab knock is back. Okay, he's a bit more beefy. Yeah, I mean, it's a boss that I knew we were going to get eventually, but I just don't... doesn't mean that I like it. For example, like, best example was Lies of P recently, when we played against Laxatia, right? That boss was just like, even though I struggled for 2 hours, or close to 2 hours, I just like, this is fucking great. I like, enjoyed struggling, because it felt amazing. These are classic. It's still fun to see how low the music is compared to the sound effects. We're currently on 3 versus 10. And it's still like a 50-50. They did overall better job with Curse of the Moon games than Ritual of the Night. It's hard to compare. Wait, Curse of the Moon is the Game Boy Advance game, isn't it? No, Circle of the Moon, that's true. What's Curse of the Moon then? Oh, and NES like, oh yeah, that's a 2D one, isn't it? So was that part of the same Kickstarter, wasn't it? They would release like a 2D game. So that was Curse of the Moon. They also released what I'm making. So I guess a Kickstarter goal, huh? Very high quality. Oh, cool. And be max out. Ow! Did I finally get a different shard? Skilled shard. Permanent effect by acquiring. Shortcut. It is possible to call up the state registered with the menu shortcut LT and... Oh, do I got like equipment slots? Equipment sets. Oh.
So it's a bit of a party coming in here.
That's sexy. Haggard, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you guys have enjoyed a beautiful stream. I have no idea what you were doing. Let me know if you want. Oh, so there are different... oh, 58 damage and cursed. Ow. Where the fuck am I? I'll give you a shout out, my good friend. Hold on 1 second. Bloodstained is going okay. I didn't enjoy the previous boss, but other than that, the game has been fantastic. Haggard Chezian. You're nearing the end of Liza P. So tell me where you are. I guess at this point, most of us have seen a lot of the game, so we're kind of talking more openly about the game. Who is this dude? How long does the curse last? And I got my answer. Where's this move? Oh, there's the hand. Pass for the secret entrance in the hotel to the sealed underground. Cool. I am struggling with this lady. Don't curse me. Hey! Hey! Get off me! No! I don't think I have a potion left, so... Fucking dogs. Well, that's true. It's just right under there. Can we make it back, though? She's gonna be right in front of us. Mmm. Ow! Gonna lurk while you walk the dog? Have a nice little walk. You take care of yourself. Oh yeah, I forgot about the other spell. I forgot. I found like a Hadouken move. That was the other one. And the other one was in the air. Maybe only with the other blade? Ow. So the critical strike, what was that with? Oh, weapons. Thorn Whip, Snake Bite, and Albireo. Does cost MP.
She's so happy. Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, as much as I think this game is working great, I would still always prefer the 2D, you know? Personal preference, but this is, yeah, oh look, we have this in 3D. Like, that's neat and cool, like, good on you, but can I get more of the 2D sprite stuff? That's what I like to see. Okay. Killer Barber. Edward Bizzle. What is this guy's moveset, by the way? Oh, he slaps you. I just think, well, I don't know. I know it's personal preference. That's why also I like a lot of retro games. I just like the simpler aesthetic, and it's just so much easier to spot things. I don't know. It's possibly just biased because of my childhood mass gaming or something. But it's like always been a thing for newer games as well. I don't care how good the graphics is. It's nice if it's done well, but the most important thing is that it's cohesive and well made. I don't need it to look like, wow, he stepped in the snow and the exact footprint is in the snow. Okay, wow, cool. Sneak peek of that weapon I just snagged. Snagged a new weapon. I don't even know what I snagged up. I think I passed it already. What did I snag up? The Rava Brul. Oh. Whoa. What the? What's going on here? Why is she barely... Is this bugged? This looks weird.
Like a blind man at an orgy.
What?
I was going to have to feel things out.
Yeah. So as soon as you move and she has other active animations, she refuses to do her normal attack animation. That is... So I understand how this happened. So basically, every other attack has an intended freeze frame when you move. So when you move, you stop and then it attacks, right? But since in the Rava Brule, they didn't add a single frame that needed to make your character stop and attack. So they also made it so that the animation that takes precedence over anything is that since this has nothing of any frames, it doesn't go into any idea of an attack until the motion is nothing, and then the idle animation, then you can get this attack. And I don't even care if they say that that was the intention to do that, because that looks fucked up. How do I get to this one? I gotta kind of get through here as a bapt. It feels like I need to be bapt. Oh wait, those are like specific lights in the way. Mist could pass. Hey, fluffy tinkle bottoms, how you doing? Look at the cat. Yeah, kitty. This weapon's pretty good. Riga Storama. Thanks for including Norway into your vocabulary. I appreciate that. Storama. Conjure a column of flame. Increase the number of projectiles casted once. That's for the rank ups. I like the splash. We still don't have any one of these.
Splishy, splashy.
Who's this guy? He's called a demon. This weapon just feels weird to use. It kind of it kind of ruins. Is this just a bugged weapon? It kind of ruins like the. It isn't. I guess it doesn't do a lot of damage. Is that what it's supposed to be? Because it's kind of like insane. So I thought I'd switch from that one. Look at this video. Let me see here. Chrysogrim. The Symphony of the Night, Chrysogrim. Oh, yeah. Oh, how do you get that one? How do you get the Chrysogrim? I don't think I got it in my run. Oh, wait, that was something else. Okay, so he picked up a Chrysogrim now. Oh. Okay. He farms it here. So, did I just find a rare weapon? Is that it? So, it's kind of an Easter egg? Is that what just happened here? Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. And thank you, by the way, Sheep. Thank you so much for 20 months. Sorry, I didn't say thank you. I appreciate it. If you want to have a vote for the September thing, like 8 more before you're done. 5% of the barbers. Okay. Oh shit. I'm a dying man. Oh, nice. That was yellow. Passive. Int. Please. You vote. One moment. Un momento, por favor. At least it doesn't do a lot of damage, so it'll probably, after a while, be less useful, I would assume. Hello. That's a very, very specific eyeball. At least they're being really cute with the design. I appreciate that. I like that they're going a little bit more silly. Oh, damn it. Oh, I don't have it anymore. Maybe that's for the better. I don't know if I like to play with a weapon like that. Like, once you have it, it's kind of like, yeah, this is pretty damn good. It's fucking... Okay. I get hit by everything in this fucking game. Okay. Whatever. You know what? It's fine. Before I make the excuse, I'll open up and say I suck. I suck at the game, and that's totally fine. But as a guy comfortable with the 2D games, I gotta say, the whole vibe of how the enemies work and function here, it's very different. And everything kind of feels floaty and off. Use it for like 70 minutes of your playthrough a few months back. It's very addicting. Yeah, that's the thing. That, as I mentioned, like, it's a great weapon. I kind of want to use it, but when it takes away like a whole idea of how to play the game, and one of the most fun things about playing the playing these games is to abuse, like, try to get a good rhythm for the jump and attack combo. So you cancel the attack animation, right? So instead of doing this, you can like always do the jump and attack combo, and if you can do it well. There's different times for different weapons. That's fun. That increases the funitude. So this guy staggers. How does a stagger work? Hold on a second. So I've seen that he doesn't stop when he's doing that, but he's... Oh, what, does he just die? Okay. So it doesn't stagger, but this guy floats backwards as a ball. Oh, I see. I see how it is. To spam pig, I can get behind that, which also reminds me I need to put the pig back. Oh, that means I lost the passive for demon. Oh, that sucks. I probably got a pretty rare demon thing. Cat. I guess the cat rate is just like 100%. Talk about farming. How long was that segment? Segment. We were going to farm part of a thing that we needed to do a completion run of Dawn of Sorrow. So there was a dude that had 0.63, was it? What was the drop rate of that? 0.73? 63? The Skella Ape. We grinded him straight for like 25, 27 minutes. I don't know if we timed it at all. Okay, Sword, I get it. Jesus, fuck. Oh, there's a save point. Oh, so I died right before the save point. That is unfortunate. How long did we have to farm Skella Ape? We had bad RNG on Skella Ape, chat. Too long, that's for sure. Oh, you know what? Oh! This room in the background. Symphony of the Night. This is one of the most prettiest rooms in Symphony of the Night. The cathedral and the depth they had in the with the parallax layers in Symphony of the Night. I remember when I got here in Symphony of the Night, I was like, "Oh, that looks pretty, man." Doesn't look as cool in 3D, but as a parallax thing, it looked really nice. Pig. They're leaving. So he jumps forward and then jumps back. Is that just what he does? What a way to have AI. Yeah, I guess it's just my old eyes. I just feel like everything here is a blur a lot of the time, which is a shame. I do think the game is great though. I just like wish that why couldn't it just be 2D? Go, my pig! I wish, I was hoping it would be so cool if you could play tennis with a pig. Your vote goes to Tech War. I missed it. I missed it. I'm doing all of this on my own. I'm sorry. So whenever I miss somebody's votes, please feel free to spam me. Got it. And got it. Thank you. Tech War's gaining. Slowly gaining. Wait, I'm a good killer, Baba. Not a cutthroat, I'll never cut anyone. Cast them aside, I should take them off. I would be cursed, duh. The name's Todd, and the only way I would curse be lifted is by bobbing my way through 666 different hairstyles. Just make hairstyles up then, lop a little off here and there. There's a penalty for sloppy lopping. If I don't give my patrons good haircuts, the scissors kill them dead. I feel the worst curse ever. Yes, quite literally yes. Please, can you help me find information about more hairstyles? I'll cut you for free. That's not an enticing offer. No, not cut you, cut. Wait, what are you even worried about? You look like you could rip me into 100 pieces. I really could. Oh, all right, you have a deal. That was good fun. How was his voice actually now? If we have to take on the voice of, yeah,
Fascinating. People do their hair like this?
Todd has mastered a new hairstyle. Oh my god, we can be pretty. Hair catalog. Oh my god. Oh my sweet smungagungas. Saturate those tips, baby. How does Hatsune Miku look like? Blue hair? Green hair? Is this is... Wait. How can we make like the internet lady? Isn't that the color? She wears blue? I think so. Isn't... Okay, hold on a second. My Google history. No, she wears a school outfit. But her hair was blue. White and a black skirt. Okay, got it. Almost got it. You made her look like a stereotypical e-girl. Well, I just made her look like it's Hatsune Miku. Isn't that just an e-girl? Isn't that just the original e-girl almost? There's probably a lot of like anime enthusiasts that just hate this stream right now. Fine, that's good enough for me. Oh god.
The look suits you fine.
She looks pale enough as it is. I missed the voice. Oh, guns. That's right. They gave you guns. Also, like, can you have another weapon on? Because it's, like, blanked out, but I can't use it right now. Oh, I got the Rava Burl again. Let's not use it. This is unlimited shots, though. Oh, here it is. Oh, I see. I see. You can use specific rounds. Oh. Yes. So, soft tips. Hollow tips. Armor tips. Oh, the whip, though. That was a long attack. He's like, shut up! Shut up! Demon's got enough of it. Shut up! Shut! Skid up! We got this back again. Okay, that didn't even do damage though. Oh god. Yeah, it's the classic two-handed sword at least. How is this sword 17 to attack? It's kind of cool that you see like where you've been. That's a nice little quality of life thing. Ah! Guess I have to use the backdash a little bit more to dodge his moves a bit more effectively. I wonder if I do get iframes on the backdash. If the game added that. Is this considered the gold standard for Metroidvanias? No, I would say the gold standard would be the Game Boy Advance DS ones, wouldn't you say? Hey, chat. What would you consider the gold standard for a Metroidvania? And I think you're allowed to have not, like, there does need to be one real answer here. Hollow Knight? I guess that could be accepted, because Hollow Knight's such a big game right now. Could continue going down there. Could I go up right though? I guess in terms of the crowd's eye, Hollow Knight is like the most known and popular game in terms of this style. Hey, Cursespice. Oh, boss thing. A stained glass spider. That's a cool idea. What the fuck? Kraftwerk. That's a cool idea for a boss. That's creative as fuck. Oops. I'm stuck in the corner, sir. Yeah, that was a pretty easy way to deal with him. Piggy! 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 Manipulative shard. Magic that will have continuous effect by consuming MP. Kraftwerk. Grab out a certain objects and manipulate them. Oh yeah, now we have the big hand. Yes. And they show you the big hand. Thank you, big hand. I appreciate that. Come here, you big dingus. Wait, can I use it? Can I throw it? Can I like... I can... Oh, I can even grab it with me. Oh, that's cute. Oh my god. Yeah, the pig is a really cool idea of a spell for sure. Pirate ring. Was that it? Unicorn ring. Restorative powers of the item to use. Oh. Interesting. Some of the lethal boots could be fun. Yeah, so those are the different attacks. I need to learn about the different attacks. Suspend. Let's say what they're weak to. Resists. But what do they mean exactly? Let's see the attacks here at least. It just says it's like impact. I guess it's impact damage and this is slashing damage. But those are both boots. And this is piercing. I would say it's like that, yeah? Blunt, pierce, and slash damage. That seems to be the direction. A lot of weapons, that's cool. I think that this game would grow on me. Like, I'm not against this game right now, but I think this game would grow on me. Because of the variety of weapons, and as soon as I get better at understanding the enemies, I'm not gonna be as frustrated on, like, getting hit all the time. You need to become one with the jank. Yeah, exactly. Silver Knight Familiar. So... Oh, he's just here now? He's just hanging out now. Yeah, it said does not consume NP. Look at that! We got a friend for life. He's just a bro now. Dude, that's cool, man. I guess I can't really do much with this one. Oh, that's interesting. her animation just freezes. Do something. He's trying to help me out. Oh, oops. Looks like I did 150 damage. Oh, oh, that's cool. That's why the boots do different damage, because I can stab with my feet. For 1 damage. Okay, obviously, ow. Not the most effective against the sword. Protect me! I guess he just takes projectiles and... Boot bill. So that's kind of why... Is there a way to... Oh, that's the infinite rounds, that's secondary, okay. But there was this button here. Select. How can I add... How do I save onto a slot? Here, okay. Shortcuts, that's that, okay. So I could like go in here, make a shortcut, paste currents. And here I'll just change to the... Just to have something to do here. I go here, under there, and then also paste current there. So now I would have... And then up there. Cool. Can I do this mid-air? Did I just... No, it looked like I could do the, what's it called? The... I forgot the name of the game. But pretty easily in that game. There are many more of them, of course, but you just basically can just... I think you can do this in Sonic as well. Just do a pause glitch where you can just jump, pause glitch, and refresh your jump, and just continue jumping, and continue jumping, and continue jumping. Darksiders, that was what I was thinking about. But I know for sure Darksiders has the glitch. Is it Sonic 06 who has the glitch? You can also do it in Fallout, but that's a bit more intricate. Sonic Boom has it. 26 damage. Yeah, I'm really happy to see this game, man. I'm just so happy that they kept so many of the core mechanics of what intrigued people to the earlier Castlevanias. So you can see that it feels more like a handheld Metroidvania, Castlevania game than it does Symphony of the Night. And for me, that's the best because I think Symphony of the Night is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But I grew up playing the handheld Vanias. Man, this track is solid. Where do I want to bring that hand? This is the Army of Lovers Crucify song. Crucifixion? It's a weird focus on guns in this game. Oh, wait a minute. Are you human? What does it matter? I'm Hatsune Miku. I'm not sure. Your body's covered with decorations. Yes, but these are all the raids in Paris. Oh, Paris? Well, I've never been to Spain. The name's Benji. Miriam, Benjamin, you shouldn't be here. I know, but I'm so scared I can't even stand up. Damn, I just want to go home. Having items that could help him get home. Just can't stand up. He was so sore from what? The stranded man. Just want to go home. Here, take the stone, the waystone. This is it, will help me escape? Yes, picture your house and don't let go of that thought. Alright, I'll try. Oh, Jesus! I thought about hell first. I think it worked. Give him some spare change for the fare on the bus. Oh, thank you, lady. I appreciate that. I can finally go home. Unfortunately, we're kind of remote at this location. The bus only leaves every 2 days. And the bus stop is surrounded by bats. But at least I got the money for it now. Thank you. Nodachi Honebami Zangetutsu. This just sounds like Japanese desserts. Can I get one Honebami? And my wife would have a Zangetutsu. Excuse me, thank you, sir. Would you like a mochi hoshi? A mochi hoshi? Yes, a mochi made by our chef, Hoshi. Oh, no. We're good, I think. Take it on. How? Look at that guy stabbing the shit out of Zbeznik. Zbeznik? Yeah, I kind of don't. I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't want to use that weapon. The spam weapon. It doesn't feel. It feels a bit too much. So we're gonna stay away from the crescent glitchy weapon. I know it's cool that it was a an homage to Symphony of the Night, though. That is cool. But that takes the joy from me out of gaming like these games. Okay, so I got some options. I got the hand now. Now I definitely can leave to the right. I think that was... I'm imagining he was here by the Iron Maiden. Go straight towards this one. At that point, we could just keep going forward. Alright. So is there ranks on weapons as well? No. Did I finish Leighton? No. But I wouldn't mind playing more of it. But here's what's gonna happen at the end of the week of the City Subtember Gaming. we will have a vote for games that we should continue right after. It'll probably be one, at least, maybe two of the games at the top of the list that we'll continue playing. So we have 3 games a day. I will veto the games that I didn't enjoy that much. So I'll just not have them on the list. But in general, we're gonna have a lot of games to vote for, so that's gonna be fun. I don't even know if I want to have Bloodstained on the list. Like, I know I already plan to play this game very soon anyway, but we'll see. We'll see how I decide to do things. Help me. Yes, stab the shit out of him. Fuck you. There's a chest we haven't taken here? I never picked up this chest, why not? What? Under here was the... yeah, on the other side, yeah. Let's try to ground Shabnock, shall we? Since we're already here with some easy spells. Hey, Chaos Chris. How you doing? I'm immune to interrupts. I hoped I was. That was annoying. Do you guys remember back in Magic the Gathering days where we actually had a weird distinction between interrupts and instants? So we have since removed interrupts. But it used to be interrupts could only be cast as on the top of the stack, right? Meanwhile, instants could be cast at any time. But interrupts had to go on top of a stack, right? Or am I wrong? Like, Magic wasn't difficult enough to understand. Look at that guy. World enchantments, yeah. I like the very specific ones that doesn't work in any kind of deck except for the sets. Snow-covered mountains. And then you have snow-covered mountain walk. That's fucking useless. Or extremely dirty. Here, I got it for you. What do you need is a giant hand? I got it! I guess he doesn't care. I just fixed it, so he's fine. He'll figure it out. Fucking frog. Knight! Sword Knight, help! Stab those frogs! I can push him! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! Oh, just the same thing. You miss Magic the Gathering. Well, it's still going on. It's just a bit different now. Now you have Fortnite the Gathering. What? Wait, I'll take it in case I need it. Thank you, sir. Oh, I can put it in the Iron Maiden. Oh. No. Whoa. Chat? Oh, you can take that one. Ah, I see. I thought you could only move these things. You can move this as well. I see. I thought you could only move the specific stone things. That looked fun. So this is too heavy. Oh, I can't use it. Oh. No, God. This will work. Don't worry. You got it. Fuck. Hold on a second. Sure, this will work. Hi, good morning, critters. I wish it would, though. Oh, that works. Oh, he hates the rock. He's trying to beat the rock. Wait, what's he stabbing the rock for? He hates it. Okay, fine. So there's definitely something that triggers him. Interesting. I fixed the thing. What's up? Now he'll talk. I moved the hand and I re-talked to him. And now he wants to do it? Kind of remain seated. Well, give me a seat. I talked to him after I moved the hand back. Come on, you fucking video. You fucking see, that's why I can touch it. You fucking video game. Fuck you, video game. Hey, fuck you. I moved the hand behind him. And I talked to him and he said, there's a giant hand in the way. Yeah, video games are horrible. If only they knew how to work. Like books. Oh, airborne. Bring your heel down on enemies like the fall of an axe. Leaf of boot and hell's knells. Ooh. It's feisty. Wait, what was this 3 and 16 damage thing? Caraboss. Help, help. What will you do? I don't know what to do. I left. I don't know who's mine. This is mine? Nice. Good damage there. 5 damage. Nice. Sweet. Sweet. Awesome. Well job. Why am I hitting like some... What is going on there? What is my attacks? Oh, okay, so if I hit the spike, it's 3. If I hit close, I hit with the boot and the spike. Got it. It's not the best item in the world, huh? Oh, I do more with sliding, I think. Hey, Piggy. Release Toad. I mean... Release Toad is a good spell, huh? That looks amazing. It's a good spell name, yeah. It's very inspired. Release Toad! Radagast, I think it would work a little bit on your spell names. What do you mean? I think it needs a little bit more panache. Aren't you going to play? Not that impressive. Alright, that was a weird vibe. A pleasant game of cat and mouse with the monsters forced me to retreat. But then, while stealing through the garden, I noticed that a blue treasure chest I had plundered once before had been refreshened with a new item. Who on earth could have put it there?
Put it there.
We're gonna go the full 3 hours with this game. Buer. Wait, where's Release Toad? Oh, I have a different set on this one. Can I summon him? Yes! That was a weird damage. These are classic enemies like the what's it called? The Kaskoskoske Kasko. Katoblepas. Always wonder you can stand on them. Are these enemies? Light elemental. These suck. Look at these idiots. Well, I gotta tell you, you are a little bit fucked up there. Fuck you, dog. I'm leaving. Can you let me leave? She is in the middle of the leaving zone. Well, not cursed. I don't have a potion, do I? I don't. Can I eat tomato? You only have to craft these ones. How did I craft? I have to go back to Dingus, don't I? Fuck you! I think you missed the target. How do you miss that? I don't have a Crimson Storm already? I guess if we're different weapons. Nice, we got there. Arabia. Oops, not that. Oh, Shovel Knight. Oh, that's just obvious as fuck. I love that. That's beautiful. Oh, that's so cute. What's he called? What's he called? I need to learn about his name. He didn't have a name there. I need to kill him again to see his name. Shovel armor. Have I gotten any more gear since then? I have. 32. And strength up. Beast Beret. Cool. Dance Mouse, Int, and Defense. Why not? Oh, I have it on me. Any cool weapons? No. Oh. Oof. Crit ring. Increases critical hits without adding anything though. How much? We have no idea. At least not a colossal amount. Nice! Release Toad. This song reminds me of Final Fantasy XI. The guitar specifically. Oh, you blocked it. You saved me. You sure did. Kind of chrono. Yeah. Chrono Cross. Similar. I agree. There's just a specific vibe with like the mellow guitar, which not a lot of games do a lot. So, and the ones that kind of do it has been very memorable games. So. MP Maxo. I like this guy. This guy helps me out. Yeah, I was a Shovel Knight cameo, straight up. Surumaru Doji Higiri Mekazuki Seonzetsuzon Japanese Baradida Bogaskiga da 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 da. That's the spell that I got. I guess it would be an easy way to farm Mr. Shovel. Wouldn't it? What's an even better way to farm him then? How good is the bone toss for damage? Not really that well. I used all my MP. Okay, that was not very, very, very good. Nah. What the hell did I land on there? That was interesting. Wait, what's going on here? You see that? Can I do that again? 2 times I got kind of hit stuck on the wall there. What was that? When I hit and get hit, I just stuck in the middle air. Wait, if I get hit and hit him? Is that it? I can't do it anymore. That was weird. Interesting. Oh, I just died. They're so cute. It only works if I fall off the platform. And of course if it isn't dead. I just want the Shovel Knight thing. Just shovel some snow. That costs so little mana. I can't replicate whatever bug we got with this guy. But yeah, again, like looking at how that's the 3D issue. Just finding, first of all, locating the bats and then losing them kind of on site because of how much less obvious things are in the 3D environment. And even the frogs kind of just get randomly camouflaged by where they're standing. But all in all, a very entertaining game. I'd love to get some fun weapons to play around with. I think we'll call it here, and then we can change to the next game. Yeah, very good music here as well. Yeah, I would say 3D. I would still love it to be 2D. I would love it to be 2D. I like that they, ooh, 3D. But no. I would love it to still be like what the Symphony of the Night, similar stuff. It was supposed to be 2D. Was it now? So what made them change? What made them change the decision to make it 3D then? They tried to make them glow so they stood out, but they also made everything else glow. Yeah, that's usually what happens with a lot of 3D games. Everything just kind of like looks nice. Everything needs to look nice because it tends to go into 3D. Without a specific like Zelda shaded style or whatever, it just blends so much. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's still a great game, but I would still prefer 2D, yeah. There's a demake from Bloodstained. A demake. Cool. By fans? There's a 2D game made, but does it have all the shards and the same things? It's just a different game, like the Curse of the Moon or whatever it was. Be fun to check out. Okay, last game of the day is called Trespassers. Trespassers. So I'll be getting that game ready. Hope you guys enjoyed watching Mr. Vania. We'll definitely be playing this in the future. I intended to anyway. Quite enjoyable, even though it's kind of rough in terms of what we would love it to be. But it's very close. At least it's not like, it doesn't feel like a butchered Vania game. It just has some rough edges, but it's pretty cool in general. Alright, you're hyped? Me too. So,